Today I'm opening up an entire case of OP15, and from what I've heard, this set's pretty cool, but I'll be the judge of that. So, let's get cracking. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grab the first booster box and head into that, but just to let you know, we will be doing some dash packs at the end, because we do have those too. I've got sleeves set off to the side, so we should be good to go. How this is gonna work is we're gonna open up a booster box. For the first booster box, I will go through the packs a little bit more thoroughly, and then as we get into later ones, I will just start showing the hits. Boom, there's your first impression. That looks pretty cool. Luffy's my boy. Big fan of him there. Set the box to the side. And for everybody who's wondering, I think I'll be displaying which box in the case, like the position of the box that we're on. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the way I will be planning on doing this is a two-parter, because the last video was pretty long. It was over an hour, so we'll be shortening it up. Now, I actually have no idea what these common, uncommon cards are in this set. I don't like to look at the sets beforehand. Oh, Lucy, I did hear about him. Sometimes I get spoiled, though. Yesterday I had to look up a couple cards to see. So, Lucy Leader, that's cool. And then also, this is a rare, but there is a super rare that is an event now, which is pretty cool because there aren't a whole lot of super rare events out there. There are the Uta super rare events that came out with the Uta starter deck, but I don't think there's any others besides that, to be honest. I'm going to make sure that we're displaying the whole card. Kabaji. Remember when Kabaji was banned? The blue one. Laboon. Oh, Gin. That's our first SR. Okay, Gin. Beautiful. We'll sleeve up the SRs because these need to be sleeved up. I don't know what else to tell you. Especially the Borsalinos. The Borsalino is going to be super popular. That's a card I did look up. I needed to see... Hold on, there's a Don. Ooh, that's a cool Don. So I'm going to ring that golden bell. You know what that's referencing. If you've read or watched the One Piece. Now, if you've read One Piece, I'm actually reading it my third time right now. Then you know what that's talking about. And if you watch it, you also know what it's talking about. We're going to go ahead, actually, I'll probably sleeve up those. And if you don't like the way I'm doing these things, too bad. Honestly, the way One Piece packs open up, I don't really like. I apparently don't need to actually rip them open anymore. I don't really like it as much as Pokemon. Pokemon's a little bit more consistent. I feel like there's a less likelihood of damaging the cards. Kobe, Smoker, and Tashigi. Now, I'd say until we see about every, maybe rare, or every, at least that I know of rare, we will, keep slow rolling it like this. And by the way, this is the Thursday before pre-release. Tomorrow's Friday. There should be some pre-release events happening this weekend. First alternate art, that's an Ohm. Nice, not bad. I don't know if it's as good as the yellow Ohm. Ohm was super playable back in the day with an L. You'd play Ohm into Holly. Really good combo. I'm not going to go through and read the cards right now. Not unless I see one that we really absolutely have to read. Looks like there's a rare at the end of this, but we do still want to see what all these other cards are. Now tonight, I'll be doing a pre-release with friends. It's going to be pretty fun. Rebecca Leader, okay. What's up with the Dressrosa slash EB, or not EB, slash Kami's Island? I don't know, this combo is kind of weird. But I gotta say, there's EB03 in here, right? So, or EB04 in here. Half of EB04 came out in OP14. Half of it's coming out in OP15. Boom, Enel SR. Okay, I think Enel, I've heard that there's an Enel leader, and I'm pretty sure that it's playable. Honestly, at this point, I've been playing Nami, and the leader is incredibly good. I won some events with it. It's been really fun. I think I will look at building Nami again after this with the Borsalinos. I actually don't have the cards I was using in my Nami deck because they're so darn expensive and I didn't pull enough of them from EB03. You know what I'm talking about, the Namis and the Robins. Which means I was borrowing them for the events. And now that I don't have them, well, my deck's just not as good. Also, I don't really have a good complete deck at this point. Thinking about playing Shanks as well. The new Shanks promo from Volume 8 is pretty good. Luffy, okay, so there is a Luffy leader. I did kind of get spoiled about that. I knew there's a Lucy, but a Luffy as well. Cool. But this one's actually on Sky Island, so hey, you could use a Sky Island Searcher with him. That's pretty neat. Not quite halfway through the booster box. We've had one hit. Now, I'm kind of doubting that there will be 4-hit booster boxes like there were in EB03. I keep getting messed up. EB03 and EB04, it's really weird because technically EB04 came out before EB03, which I dislike. But also I get it because EB04 also came out after EB03 with this set. Now, as far as how many things will be, as far as how much product will be printed, I believe there's a lot more than EB03, but probably not as much as everybody wants, I would imagine. Ooh, that's a cool Kuma. That one goes hard in the paint. Look at that artwork. Super cool. He's punching there. And then, of course, we got the Ors. What about Little Ors Jr.? R.I.P. Little Ors Jr. We miss you. All right, we might have a hit in this. I don't know. Hate this guy. Like I said, I was rereading One Piece. You know, he's in, like, the first chapter. Crazy dude. He's a mountain bandit. He gets eaten alive. Spoiler. Oh, Borsellino. What's crazy to me about this, some people sold some of these on TCG Player for like $7 or $14. I don't think they knew that it was so good. And then they went up to like $55. So right now they're pre-selling for like $55. And I gotta say, it's not a huge surprise because it's probably a 4 of in just about every single yellow deck. Maybe not in a Thriller Bark deck. I don't know why it wouldn't be though. I think it's just such a good card. Add a life and it's a blocker. It's just kind of better than the Hiyori because you don't have to trash it. Well, it is just better than the Hiyori, just for sure. Oh, there's the first super rare event that we got. That's super cool. Mamaragon. Start the feast. Start the feast, guys. Start it. I don't know if we'll be feasting tonight. Here's the thing. We've only got one alt art so far. Again, if there's 4-hit booster boxes, that'd be great. I kind of doubt it. I think EB03 is probably EB05 or whatever they do for EBO sets from now on. I should say EB sets, just extra booster sets. Those will probably be the 4-hit boxes. But if they did decide to do 4-hit boxes for this set, we'll be pretty happy. Of course, those are only in SP boxes. Keep that in mind. So, for part 1, where we do the first 6 of the booster boxes, and I'm about to, I think we can stop slowing it down at some point. We're doing it. Oh, there's a Bonnie who's dressed as Nika, basically. Or she's imagined as Nika. Nami. Pirates Docking 6. Bro, is that my boy Frankie? Oh my gosh. I love that guy. I love Frankie. Is there a Straw Hat that we don't love? Let's be honest. I don't think there is. Okay, cool. I'm sure someone out there is like, I hate Sanji. And then you haven't heard about Sanji's full story. And then you're like, I love Sanji now. Oh, Helmeppo. Now, who's been watching the One Piece live action? I have. Well, okay, I watched it all already. It's super good. I've seen Season 1 twice, Season 2 once at this point. I haven't watched Season 2 twice at this point. That'd be kind of crazy. And I will say, guys, if you want to see more openings like this, future case openings or box openings, anything like that, please feel free to let me know by leaving a like. That helps me to say, hey, you enjoyed this video. Now I should make more. Now, keep in mind, One Piece is a little bit difficult to get your hands on, so we can't do unboxings all the time. All right, I fully decide we're just gonna fully slow roll it for this first box, I guess. Oh, Rob Lucci, hate that guy. I really do not like Rob Lucci. There are people. I just don't like the bad people in One Piece, except for some reason I like Queen. And you know what? I don't need to do that. I'm so used to these packs not completely splitting. We got a big stack over here of just commons and uncommons that you can't even see. They're off screen. Of course, we got Rayleigh. I wish there was a nice... Oh, my gosh. Okay. That is one of the most gorgeous cards I've ever seen. You're going to want to get your hands on this card right now. Well, not right now. Probably pre-release. They'll go down in price. But, like, that is one of the best boas. It's, like, pretty calm. It's just very cool coloring. Huge coloring. Texture. The texturing is what's so amazing. We're going to pause for a second on this card. This is Insta-Sleeve. Wow. So I didn't know this card existed in this set. I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm going to have to, after we get done recording this box, I'm gonna have to get a top loader for that thing, because that'll be good. That'll be good. Okay, that's crazy. That'll be a short, guys. I didn't know that card existed. So the funny thing is, right? I went to my friend. He owns a card store, and this is his case. I'm opening up for him. I was considering buying a case. Imagine if I'd bought this case. Imagine if I had. But no, this is his case. This way he's allowed to, he's got singles to sell at his store because, as you can imagine, people are going to need some cards for the set when it comes out. So opening up a case is a good way to do that. He doesn't do that every time, but he's done it the past two for me so that I can get some YouTube content. So shout out to him. Tell everybody, say thank you in the chat, in the comments. I'm sorry, I just can't get over that boa. That's a crazy cool card. I just can't get over that. That is one of my favorite cards so far. If you don't know me, I'm not huge into the way they portray women in One Piece cards. They're a little bit showy, and I just think it's too much. I mean, it's supposed to be a kid's game, right? Kid's card game. Maybe it's, teenager card game, whatever else. I'm a 30-year-old man. I want it to be calm. I want it to be, respectful, okay? But Boa is actually, I really like her. I'm such a huge Boa fan because of how much she loves Luffy, and I really love Luffy. I just think he's so cool. I think he's such a nice guy. Rebecca, that's a cool artwork. I like that. Man, some of these art styles, One Piece just really kills it. I don't know who that illustrator is, but some of these illustrators for One Piece are just crazy. So we've only had 2 hits with the SP, so there's either going to be a 3rd hit here, or we're kind of just in a 2-hit box. I don't really know. I don't really get it. Hopefully there's a 3rd hit, because I would imagine that SPs should have 3 hits. That's it? Okay. Well, that's kind of crazy. Unless I missed a hit, we only got... we got this SP as a 2-hit box, which is kind of cool, I guess, because in the past, if you got an SP, you got like a 3-hit box, 4-hit box, something really good, and now it looks like maybe it's more evened out. If you get an SP, you'll get something bad. I don't know. I can't say Ohm's bad, but wow, that's incredible. So far there. And then we've got the Boa SP and the Ohm, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 SRs, which is exactly what we'd expect. So let's get into the next box. Okay, we're moving on to box number 2. I'm not going to be an idiot this time and forget to turn on my camera. I'm super sorry about that. I'm actually more sorry to myself because the amount of time I spent preparing and then forget to do that is silly. Okay, box number 2. Now is where we're going to start speed running it. We're not going to slow roll it anymore. Last time I did this for BO3, I got down to about 5 minutes for a booster box, so that was pretty good. Today we're a little bit scuffed. I'm not going to damage these cards, of course. We're going to do it just nice and simple. Okay, 2 rares. So the interesting thing about SP boxes potentially being just 2 hits now, and I did go through, made sure I checked out all the rares and commons, uncommons, and I didn't have anything else in there. The interesting thing about that then is that it might not feel so lopsided. Maybe like all the 2-hit boxes will have SPs. That'd be great, right? That'd be great. It'd be great. I highly doubt that. Zoro, we have not seen him yet. Very cool. That's a Sky Island Zoro. If you couldn't tell by the way he looked, you can tell by the description where it says Sky Island. So I want to see what other SPs are in this set. I know there's like just a Nami alternate art that for some reason is going for like a crazy amount of money right now. I mean, I know it's Nami, but like, why? Why? Pre-release $400 for regular SR alternate art. Seems kind of crazy. I can't imagine what that bow was going for. Oh, there we go. Another Zoro. Very cool. Egghead Zoro. It's a red Egghead Zoro. Okay, so there's red Egghead in this set. I actually don't know about that. That makes sense because there's the Bonnie leader, and she's definitely Egghead type. She's Egghead because when she's in her Nika form, she learns that on Egghead Island. Brooke. Very cool. Hope we have some Brooke fans out there. I'm a Brooke fan. I'm a fan of all the Straw Hats, though, just about, so... Well, I say just about, but yeah, I'm a fan of all the Straw Hats. Nice double rare pack there with... Of course, I will sleeve these up because it's got Luffy's face on it. And no, it's just a really cool Don. I don't know if there's any gold Don in this set. Oh, Sanji alt art. That's cool. This is another alt art rare. Another alt art rare for us, guys. Let's actually drop those down there. Put the alt arts to the side. That way, you just get to see the alt art. By the way, if you have no idea, I did put out, and as I was talking about EB03, I did put out an EB03 case opening before. So, if you want to check that out, that is on the channel. And then, what I did with EB03 is I put out a value analysis where I basically went through a few days later and calculated how much value from the booster box that we got. And basically, it was pretty decent, but I don't know about the retail price. The retail price, yes. Retail price of a booster case is not bad. Yeah, sorry, the value of a booster case. But the market value of an EB03 booster case is like incredibly high, like 4K. So we did not make the money back on that case, but it came really close. Oh, alt art leader. Oh, Rebecca. Whoa, that's cool. Oh, that's such a cool art. Oh, I genuinely love this art. Oh, it's just so good. I really like the alt art leaders that are like just a giant face too, but just having like her family in the background is super, super cool. Wow. All right. That's a hit. That's a hit, guys. Dang, we're doing well. I feel like this set, like I said in the intro, I've heard this set is cool, but I'll be the judge of that. So far, it is cool. My judgment is cool. Interesting looking Nami. Not sure about that. She looks like she's wearing a wedding dress there. Probably from, well, it must be from Thriller Bark, but she's not Thriller Bark type. Disclaimer, was Nami ever in a wedding dress in One Piece? Maybe in Thriller Bark. So back to what I was saying, though, with EB03. We did the value analysis, and so we're going to do that as well with this one. And we'll do it as a whole case basis, so we'll have 2 videos go out for this booster case, because otherwise the videos will be too long. And that way, it gives people a breather, gives me time to quick flip half of the case opening, and then edit the other half. Because editing takes some time, if you didn't know. Another Don. Okay, another Bonnie. So far we've gotten the 2 hits. So, who knows? It's a leader box. It used to be leader boxes would usually come with 3 hits. Usually. We'll find out. So we'll do a value analysis on the entire case of OP15. But because it's pre-release, because I'm opening up this case so early, on the 26th, and it doesn't release for another like 8 days. I mean, pre-release is this weekend, so that's why, right? Because of that, the value will be skewed, so I'm going to wait until probably next week when the values start to settle down, or even the week after, to give you an idea of how much value you can expect from a case. Because nobody really wants to open up a case a couple months later and say, wow, I can make my money back because this guy was using pre-release prices. Like, the prices will fluctuate so much. The only thing I don't know about is, like, the Borsellino. Like, I'm questioning if he'll actually go up in price. All right, so we've got 2 hit boxes so far. This is a little bit discouraging, you know? There might only be 2 hit boxes in this set. Okay, it's discouraging because there's a lot of secret rares in this set, and there's 3 different secret rares. And for some reason, we're not getting any. That's fine. So, Rebecca, very, very cool. Really like that. Oh, and I almost forgot the SRs are right here. Okay, on the box 3, I did not forget this time to turn on the camera. I just want to say, you guys doubted me. I doubted myself. I'm second-guessing myself and everything. Am I a person? Am I real? I think I'm real. And if I think, therefore I am. Okay, I'm going to have to do some cleanup after this one. I got packs everywhere. Just a bunch of rusty old packs. Rusty dusties. Starting off with a nice Zoro SR. Sleeving up the SRs. Don't forget that. So I'm actually someone who sleeves up all my rares. Like in Pokemon, I sleeve up all my reverse rares. And you're guaranteed like 2 a pack. You guaranteed 3 holos a pack, I should say. And I sleeve up all of them. That's in Pokemon, though. Oh, Gold Dawn. That's what I was wondering if we had Gold Dawn in this set. We do. So this better be a 3-hit box. This better be. Because if you get a Gold Dawn and you don't get 2 playable cards, psh, come on. I need alt arts for my deck, you're thinking, right? That's what I'm thinking, at least. Or you're thinking, I could sell the alt arts and then buy the regular versions. I would love to see an alt art Borsellino today. That'd be really good. I gotta assume there's an alt art Borsellino, seeing how he's an SR and there's generally an alt art for every SR. There are a whole lot of SRs in this set from what it looks like. Probably because of EB04. Oh, Nico Robin alt art. So we got a lot of alt art rares so far. Not bad. Pretty cool. Put that next to the Gold Don. But I haven't seen alt art SRs, I guess. Because we got a leader, we got an SP, but no alt art SRs. Bandai, what are you doing to us? Oh, Secret Rare Luffy. Okay, that'll be a 3-hit box. Guaranteed. We've had 3 hits so far. This is really playable from my understanding. Egghead type. Super cool. 4 Emperors. Straw Hat. I didn't know Luffy was a Straw Hat. Are you? Oh, okay. Okay. Smoker was the first one to call them Straw Hats, right? That's the thing. On Rogue Town. I read the Shonen Jump version of the manga, right? So for Zoro, it was spelled with an L, Zolo. So I read the entirety of One Piece up until I think they were just about to enter Egghead, is when I read it, within a couple months. And I was like talking to my friends, oh, Zolo. They're like, Zolo? Who the heck is Zolo? I was like, you know, Zolo. They're like, Zoro? What? It's Zoro? Oh no. Yeah, they did me dirty. Darn Shonen Jump app. That's okay. They messed up early on, and they carried it forward. They still call him Zolo. They didn't switch. Kaku and that regular Nico Robin. I'd love to know if that Nico Robin's playable. It's yellow. Could go in a yellow deck, I would imagine. Nami. So this box, we're just looking for some more SRs, looking for Borsalino. So the thing with Borsalino is if you don't get 8, normally you get about 8 of each SR on average in a booster box, sorry, in a booster case. So you get 8 of each SR, right? But I'm not sure if you will with how many SRs are in this set. I just assume there's a lot more. I feel like, because we've only seen the one Borsalino, I'm a little bit concerned. Hopefully there's a second one in this box, because that's what we want. And also because, like I said earlier, if you didn't catch this is my friend's booster case, and I'm opening up some booster boxes either tonight or maybe tomorrow on film, and I would really enjoy it if I got some Borsalinos, because I do play yellow. That's one of my main colors. It's kind of always been that way ever since Katakuri. Katakuri in set 3. Super cool, super great, really strong leader. The strongest. No. Another Fire Fist card, by the way, if you didn't notice. Kind of surprising, you know, they're doing another Fire Fist. How many Fire Fists do they have now? Maybe it's only 2, or maybe it's only 3 now. Whoa! That's a 4-hit box. Okay. So there are 4-hit boxes with Gold Dawn, it looks like. So Sanji Alt... Alright, we'll go over them in a second. Sanji Alt Art Rare. Again, no Alt Art Super Rares from the looks of it, which is dangerous. Dangerous. Okay. Getting down to the last 2 packs from here. Hopefully I'm doing a good enough job showing it. And we got this video down to about 5.5 minutes. It's gonna be about 6 minutes. This is not bad. 6 minutes for a box. And a Kobe. So we did not get another Borsalino. We'll quickly go over the SR. Oh wait. We did get a. Okay, no, we didn't get a Borsalino. We'll quickly go over the SRs. 1, 2, 3. That doesn't count. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's what you'd expect. And then a 4-hit box with an Alt Art Sanji, the Secret Rare Luffy, Alt Art Robin, and a Gold Don, which is really cool. All right, we're moving on to box number 4. Here we go. Adventures on Kami's Island. Some of the titles for One Piece sets are kind of long. We just usually call them OP15. This is OP15-EB04 though. Crazy. So the interesting thing is about how we've, within the past few months, received 3 sets, okay, but basically 4 sets, technically 4 sets because of the dual sets that have been happening. You know, I'm just saying, I hope we're finally caught up to Japan. I don't know why they didn't, like, maybe they did slow down Japan. I know we're trying to get caught up with their print runs, but it's hard to keep up with them. It's hard to keep up with them, especially when they don't print enough product. And when they do it every month, and it costs a lot of money, I'm just voicing my complaints here to Bandai. Sorry, Bandai. Why don't we slow down in Japan? They might have slowed down in Japan. Oh, Alt-Art Viper. Wiper, but it's Viper, I'd say. All right, it's an SR. We actually finally got our first alternate art SR. That's cool. We'll take that. We'll take that. Guys, I feel like we're gonna get a manga today. I actually don't know what the manga is. I really hope it's a Secret Rare Luffy manga. I gotta assume that it is, right? Like, I think there's an Enel. I think there are 2 Luffys. There are 2 Luffys in this set. I'm pretty sure that are secret rares. That is the... Is that the OP15 one we got? And then the EB04 one is a different Luffy? I don't entirely know. No, I think we got the EB04 one. And the OP15 one. I don't know. I don't know. This is what happens when you try not to look at the sets beforehand. You get lost in the case openings. You get lost in the sauce. By the way, I have 3 microphones recording right now. Isn't that crazy? I don't know why I'm telling you guys that, but I have one pointed at my face. I have one on my shirt, and then I have one positioned on my camera, believe it or not. And then I technically have the camera's microphone, but it's not recording, so, but I could be using it to record. Oh, my goodness. I can't talk about things anymore. I'm messing up. I always got to keep the rares separate from the commons and uncommons. You don't want to mess that up. So far we've had 2 2-hit boxes, 1 4-hit box. Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad. What I'm interested, though, in seeing is how many 2-hit boxes are actually in this set, how many 4-hit boxes are in this set. So, or in a single case, I should say, for this set. Because they all go by, like, I don't think the cases are seated anymore necessarily with where the boxes are located, but it's like a predetermined... Oh! Wow. Shirohige. I love Shirohige. I love Whitebeard. Oh my gosh. That is cracked. And I don't mean that with a pun, but it is pun unintended. That is crazy. Let's try to get a good top loader here. Some of these top loaders, not so good. My gosh. That is so cool. I really like the SPs from this set. This is... guys. See, this is where I'm like, man, if this were my case, no, I'm just kidding. So I am debating on getting a case of this set, but I just absolutely wanted to open up one for you guys. So either I was going to buy it, or like I said, he just let me open it for the YouTube channel. My friend did. Listen, he's a good friend. He's a good friend. Most of you would be like, wait, he let you open this case? Like, why didn't he open it himself? He's very busy, and he's very nice, and so he lets me do these things. But I potentially am going to get a case myself. I don't think so, but there's always potential. So if I do, you'll find out. You'll find out with the opening. Of course, we'll judge it based off of today. So 2 hits so far from the box. I'm wondering if the SPs are only 2-hit boxes, in which case, hopefully there's only like 3 2-hit boxes in a case. Maybe there's 4 2-hit boxes in a case. The nice thing about EB03 was there was only 2. There were only 2, yeah, 1-hit boxes from the case, or 2-hit boxes from the case. All right, we're coming to the end. We're coming to the end. 4 packs left. Man, I honestly I should put out that SP in front. I don't know why I put it in the back, other than the fact that it has a top loader. You should be staring at it this whole time. SPs are super cool. Why am I sleeving those up? I'm hoping we have I think we should have another SR here. There we go, Sabo. So yeah, guys, we're not seeing any more Borsalinos. This is kind of nuts. We've seen one the first box. We have not seen any since. So buy your Borsalinos now. No, this is just the first half of the booster case, though. Remember that. So box number 4. When we get to box number 12 and we've only pulled 4 of them, then you know, buy your Borsalinos now because they will probably shoot up in price even further. All right, let's go over the hits. So it's another 2-hit box with the SP. Of course, we got the Shirohige SP and the Viper SP. Viper. And then, of course, we have 7 SRs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's move on to box number 5. And, of course, after we get through box number 6, we're going to be taking a look at those dash packs. So I didn't cut that deep enough. We're going to be taking a look through those dash packs and seeing what we can pull. I would assume there's a Nami card on there, seeing how she's on the cover of the... Well, that's weird. There's an extra pack over there. All right, seeing how she's on the cover. We're going to start with that pack first that was on that side. The left pack wanted to move over to the right side. No idea why. Maybe he's good. Maybe he's bad. We'll find out. It's a Don. Scuffed pack. Alright, this is the part where we're going to start to get fatigued. This is why I'm breaking it up into 2 different openings, I think, is I'm going to break up the recording. Well, I gotta record all this today, though. I gotta get my friend his cards back. He needs them. Oh, no SRs. I want to know how many boxes it's going to take for us to get another Borsellino. That's what I'm looking out for right now.
Go ahead and use them, Mr. Luffy. It's me. I'm Stitch.
If you want me to use my Elmo voice next stream. Actually, you know what? I was thinking about doing a stream, too. If you guys are interested in a stream, let me know. Opening up some OP15. Opening up a booster box of OP15. I might do that myself. I'll probably open up 1 booster box for a video. Maybe I'll open up both for a video, actually. And if I buy more later, we'll do a stream. Oh, that's a Brook SR. That's so cool. Wow. He's like freaking crazy there. He's crying. He's crying because how much the Straw Hats mean to him. How Luffy... I'm not actually really making this up. This is when he's having his concert on Shabadi. And he's about to leave his career. I hope I'm not giving spoilers, but I'm gonna give you spoilers. I can't help it. Unless you want me to talk about absolutely nothing. Maybe you want an ASMR opening. Maybe for one of these boxes, it's just an ASMR opening. We don't make any noise. Well, we make noise by opening. Another Enel here. I'm gonna have to go through and see how many different types of SRs there are, but I think there are a lot. A lot of SRs. We're just going through the right side first. Don Krieg. Now, Don Krieg, there's a Krieg leader, right? And my friend was really looking forward to playing him, but apparently they mistranslated him. And so they had I don't know if they had errata him, I suppose. But he's not as good as what it was saying he was going to be. Very unfortunate. People got looking forward to playing Krieg, and then they were like, well, he doesn't do what he was going to do, because they mistranslated. Honestly, like, I get that they mistranslate a lot, but, like, you think you would run it through. Of course, there's just so many cards, and there's just so little time to get everything done. It's like you think that before they revealed certain cards, they would run them through multiple teams of people to read the translations and make sure they're accurate. That way they don't run into these issues. I mean, that's how we've gotten errata cards in the past. And look where that's landed us. Errata cards are expensive. Well, the pre-erratas are expensive. Alright, so far 1 SR. Oof. This is looking grim here. This is... Oh, never mind. Oh, Don Krieg, okay. Not as cool as the Rebecca, but still very cool. Same style. Cool card. We would read them, but I don't want to. Okay. I think we'll get a secret rare in here then, too. I want to say... Did we get a secret rare? No, we didn't get a secret rare with the leader. Wow. I hope we get a Borsellino. I can't wait. No wonder they're so expensive. You can't find them. They don't exist. They're like the One Piece. They're very hidden. The One Piece does exist, though. I don't want you to think it doesn't exist. Even Whitebeard himself, Shirohige, he said it exists. So keep that in mind. Alright, we got 1 SR remaining in the box. No idea if we have another Alt Art, Secret Rare, anything like that. We will find out as we go. It's interesting, though, that if Alt Art leader boxes only have 2 hits again, I guess it avoids what I ran into. Like, if you run into a secret rare and an Alt Art rare, and that's it from a case, or from a box, you're like, wow, that's a little bit lackluster. All right, nice. Roronoa Zoro. Roronoa Zoro. I can't pronounce his name a lot of the time. We have seen 1 Borsellino. All right, so let's go over the super rares once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then more importantly, we got the Don Krieg alt art. And then even cooler is this Brook alt art. It's super good. Moving on to box number 6. We have not seen any Borsellinos except for from the first box. This is crazy. I'm honestly like a little bit concerned. I'm hoping that we get more in the other 6 boxes. But if you have the choice to choose from a case, maybe don't choose the top of the case. That's... Unless you want SPs, then I guess you choose the top of the case. I like how I'm going for the playable stuff. People are probably like more interested in watching. Well, for a lot of One Piece people, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but generally, you're a lot of players out there, okay, which is great. Pokemon is mostly just people who are collecting, which is also fine, but they don't know what's playable or not, right? So it's not like as cool of a hit to them when they get an EX that's really playable. Sometimes you just need that one EX for your deck and you're like, dang, I pulled it, let's go. Another Viper. I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned if we see too many yellow SRs from this box and another Borsellino. I think that Borsellino is a myth, and I might be good to buy some Borsellinos right now beforehand. Maybe pre-release prices are good for Borsellino, guys. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about him. Kobe. I'm not throwing a basketball, and I said Kobe like that. I'm sorry. It's just force of habit. Do you guys think Kobe's going to be a Navy Admiral? Oh, Zoro, da. Holy cow, look at that. EB04 alternate art SR Zoro. That is cool. That's a cool card. Any Zoro collectors out there, I think you're going to want that card. I could be wrong. Not everybody likes the same art styles I do. And that's what's so nice about different art styles. Everybody has their own that they like. I'm a huge fan of Komiya, if you know who that is. Tomokazu Komiya. Okay. So, I'm hoping, because we've gone through 4 2-hit boxes so far, I'm hoping that there's no more 2-hit boxes, but I have a feeling that they changed it. It used to be like 1 out of every 3 was a 2-hit box, I think. I have a feeling that, like, because usually there's 4 leaders in a case. If there are 4 leaders that are alternate art, and they're all 2-hit boxes, that's going to be kind of sad. Oh, Gold Dawn. All right, so this is probably a 4-hit box. Honestly, like, I feel like more so because of how this is, either you just want to get really lucky and pick out a 4-hit box from your local store, or get one shipped to you or whatever, or, oh, that's an SR, but that's a textured SR. That's not an S, that's what? That is insane. So what is this like a treasure? No, it's not a treasure. Okay, this is weird. I don't know what this is. This is just a very textured SR, probably because it's the event, but yeah, that's probably it. It's probably just because it's an event. They need to decipher between a regular rare event and an SR event somehow. So, almost left the card in there. Almost left a card in there. But yeah, either way, it's like, man, I'd almost rather open up a case. Oh, Borsellino, thank the Lord. Oh, wow. Okay, we've actually seen another one. That's crazy. It took us long enough to see a second Borsellino. 6 boxes, 2 Borsellinos. Maybe we'll find another. And 2 Gold Dawn, too. I was thinking I would split this up, opening up this case, do a little bit of video editing for this video. I wanted to get the video out today, but it's probably going to be tomorrow, just depending on how long it takes me to go through this. So it might be on the actual day of pre-release, which is fine. But I kind of want to just open up the rest of the case. When something like this happens and you're like, where are all these SRs? Where are all the Borsellinos? You want to open up the rest of the case right now to see what that all entails. And honestly, I really want to know if there are 4 2-hit boxes. Sorry, like 8 2-hit boxes now or something instead. 6 2-hit boxes. Maybe it's 6. Maybe there's 4 Altar leaders, each having a 2-hit box, and then 2 SPs, each having a 2-hit box. That could be. And it looks like there's going to be a 4-hit box, I would assume, here, because we had a Gold Don. Oh, there's a Secret Rare Enel. Okay, that's kind of crazy. What I don't know is for that textured SR there, if that counts as a bonus duck or not. Kuma, very cool Kuma. We've said it before, we'll say it again. Very cool Kuma. I like how I do this 360 with the packs. I'm so used to flipping them the other way, like that. Arlong. I'm not a fan of Arlong, but I do like him better than Hody Jones. Or it's actually pronounced, it's different in the in my manga. Just like Zolo, it's Hordy instead of Hody. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we're getting down to the last pack. Maybe this is not going to be a 4-hit box. Maybe we're just, unless there's an SR in here, and that 0 cost event was, oof. Let's not scuff the last card. Okay, so there's another 0 cost event. So now we have what I would consider 6. Okay, so this is an alternate art 0 cost event. It's the same event. So this is the alternate art. It is textured. Okay. I'm just going to keep saying okay, and it's going to be okay. So that's good to know. This could actually be a pretty decent card. If it's super playable, it might be expensive. So let's go over it. Alt arts here. We got the 0 cost event, the Enel Secret Rare. We got a gold Luffy Don, and then the Zoro SR, alternate art. And then we finally got another Borsalino. And there's 7 there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching that. Let's get to the Don packs. Actually, right now, not the Don packs, the Dash packs. Thank you guys so much for watching the 6-pack, 6 booster box there. This is part 1. So let's go through the Dash packs for part 1. Oh, Nami. Oh, that's great. I like how Nami's the first one. There are 6 different types, so we can see. Okay, might need some scissors for this one. Bartolomeo. Yo, in the live action, Bartolomeo is present already, which is crazy, because he shouldn't be. I actually don't know what other types. Maybe there's a Zoro in here. Maybe we're going to see a Zoro. Oh, that's actually a pretty cool Arlong. I like that. Let's put him over there. See, I'm glad I didn't forget to do the Dash packs. Unlike me forgetting to do everything else. Oh, Kuros. That's cool. Kairos. Kuros. I call him Kuros. Kyuros. It's probably Kairos or Kyros. Ah, man. I need to actually call him Kyros. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Lightning Beast Chitin. Chitin. It's not a kitten. It's a chitin. And last but not least, for the 6th one, are we going to have a different one again? That'd be really cool. Otherwise, we get a oh, looks like a different one. Wow, there is a Zoro. Let's go. Oh. You guys, can you tell I like Zoro? So, here are the Dash packs we got. We got all 6 different types. We got the Kyros, Arlong, Zoro, Bartolomeo, Lightning Beast Chitin, and then, of course, Nami, who is that pack art right there. Very cool. Very, very cool stuff. So here's the wrap-up from the 6 booster boxes, the first part of the case opening. We got 2 Rebeccas, 2 Namis, 2 Borsalinos. We got 2 Zoros, 3 Kriegs, 3 Grabluchis. Then we got a whole bunch of Brooks, 4 of those. Whole playset there. We got 3 of these Mamaragan. Yeah, whatever. All right. And then Vipers, 3 Vipers. For Zoros, we got 4 Zoros. We got 3 Sabos. There are a whole bunch. There's like 14 different SRs in this set, which is why it's so crazy. 4 Kobes. and 3 Geens. And then last but not least, we got 4 Enels. So some playsets of some. There's a total of 42 SRs right here. And then for the alternate arts, this is going to be special. So we got 1 alt art SR here, which is Brook. We got an alt art leader, which is Krieg. We got a Gold Dawn. We got another Gold Dawn. We got another alternate art SR, which is Zoro. We got the alternate art event here, which just doesn't, I mean, it's cool, it's got texture, but it doesn't look, nearly as cool as what a regular alternate art does. We got a secret rare right here, secret rare NL. We've got an alternate art Sanji rare, so that's with the alternate art rares, we'll put them right here. Alternate art Robin rare. Another secret rare, it's a Luffy. Alternate art Ohm rare. Alternate art Rebecca leader. And then we got another alternate art Sanji, just a different one here. An alternate art SR Viper / Wiper. And then we got our 2 SPs, which is huge. One being the Shirohige here, the Whitebeard Edward Newgate. This is the great card too. It's the draw 2 trash one. Super playable in Ace. People played in Nami as well. And then we got this Boa here, which, here's the unfortunate thing, guys. If you play Rayleigh, this is now the max rarity Boa, because this is used in my Rayleigh deck. I'm not buying 4 of these. I'm not, unless these go to $100 a piece, I'm not buying 4 of these. This is cracked. This card is crazy, super awesome. And then we also don't want to forget about the box toppers. So we got 1 of each of these. So I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of the case opening. If you did, consider leaving a like. It helps me know that I should make future videos just like this. Also, if you want to check out the EB03 case opening, click here. And if you want to see some other videos in the future, make sure you subscribe here. I'll see you guys later, but until then, Taco Bell.